you talk, all of you, I don't mind. Let me hear from my children. My children, yes, please. Have you understood the meaning of dysentery? I'm waiting for your response. My learners, have you understood the meaning of dysentery? You can unmute and tell me. Yes, learners, have you understood the meaning of dysentery? Okay, Eric, can you unmute? Can you unmute Rena to tell me?
Yes.
Yes.
We have understood.
Yes.
Yes.
We have understood.
Yes, teacher, we have understood. We have understood. Teacher.
And diarrhea. Now, with the diarrhea, you will not see this stool here with the blood stain. You will not see it. So that is what it means by dysentery. Good. We can move to the next point if we have understood it very well. Now, let's look at the causes. What causes dysentery? Also, another thing that I want my learners to understand is there is what they call causes and there is what they call spread. Cause is it makes you to be sick, to fall sick of that disease. But something that spread, it just pick from maybe from one place to bring to another place. That is spreading. So there is what they call spreading and causing. Now, what causes diseases are called germs. Now, types of germs causes different diseases in the body. We have very many types of germs. We have types of germs like bacteria. We have types of germs like virus. We have types of germs like fungi. We have like protozoa. So all these germs are responsible in spreading different types of diseases. So let's look at how about for the case of dysentery. What causes dysentery? Which germ causes dysentery? There are two germs that causes dysentery. There are two germs that causes dysentery. Remember, I told you we have about 4 types of germs. We have virus, we have bacteria, we have protozoa, and then we have fungi. But out of those 4, there are 2 which is responsible to cause disease called dysentery in our body. One, we have, I can see some people putting up their hands. Okay, I may not be able to pick you, but let me hear from some people down here. Can you guess, can you suggest those 2 causes of dysentery? I'm picking from down. There are people who are down here, they don't want to put up their hand, yet they are in my class. They are just there to watch. I have Harriet 1. Okay, Harriet, you have not even connected to your audio. You have not connected your audio. I have down there, I have Precious. Yes, Precious. Can you guess? Can you suggest any 2 causes of dysentery? Even if you give me 1, it is enough for me. Yes, Precious, you can unmute. Okay, Precious, you unmute. I've allowed you to unmute. Oh, we are waiting for Precious. I don't know, some of you, whether you know how to unmute. Princess Namakula. Yes, Princess Namakula. 2 causes of dysentery. Yes, I've seen some answers already in the chat. Okay, and you are correct. And you are correct. You said we have bacteria from the chat. Yes, we have 1. We have bacteria. So bacteria, it causes what we call bacillary dysentery. The type of dysentery which is caused by bacteria in our body, it is called bacillary dysentery. Are we together? So there are two causes. One, we have bacteria. It is caused by bacteria. Dysentery is caused by bacteria. But the type of dysentery which is caused by bacteria is called bacillary dysentery. Then two, we have what we call protozoa. This protozoa is in amoeba group, which causes what we call amoebic dysentery. So that means we have two types of dysentery. This passing out of watery stool with a blood stain. One, we have bacillary. Two, we have amoebic dysentery. So these are the two causes of dysentery that we have, that disease. So I hope we have picked the point. One, master, that we have bacteria and protozoa. Those are the two causes. Which dysentery is caused by bacteria? It is called bacillary dysentery. Then which dysentery is caused by protozoa? Remember, this protozoa, they are saying it is in amoeba group. Maybe let me try to take you there. Let me try to take you somewhere so that we understand what is this thing we are calling amoeba. What is this thing here that we are calling amoeba? Let me try to see whether I can get it. Okay, amoeba. Okay, dysentery, amoeba. Okay, I have this. Can it give me? Oh, so let me just be specific and say amoeba dysentery. Now, learners, we are going to see this, this disease that we are saying amoebic dysentery. We have, let me just show you how it affects your body. There you are. So this is what we are calling the amoebic dysentery. So you can see how it affects the intestine. If you study the diagram down here, look at this. Look at this. It affects the intestine of the human being. So this is our intestine. So now when it affects this intestine, you will see that you will be passing out watery stool with the blood stain. So those are basically the two causes of dysentery. Okay, so let's go to the next point. Our next point that we are going to look at is going to be, how dysentery is spread. How is it spread? How is it spread from one person to another? How is dysentery spread from one person to another? Yes, somebody is saying, teacher, we can't see. Let me just ask maybe one. Are you not able to see what is on my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't see it.
Yes, Eric, you can't see?
No, you present.
Okay. So thank you. Let us continue. Now we have, remember, generally, we looked at how communicable diseases are spread generally. But in this case now, we are looking at specifically how dysentery is spread. How is it spread from? Now, spread means it will bring the disease maybe to you after doing certain things. That's what it means by spread. After doing certain things, maybe some insects will bring this disease to you, and so on and so on. That's what it means by spread. So when they bring, for them, they will carry the germs. Now that germs which they are carrying, they come and maybe leave it on your food, which you have left it uncovered. Then they leave the germ there. So when you eat that germ, or when you drink that germ, that is when you get the disease.
So you display the work again. They can't see the screen.
Okay, let me see. Okay. So there, are they able to see?
No.
No.
Oh. What could be the problem, Eric? Can you share it, Eric?
Try it. The screen is blank. There is nothing displayed there.
Okay, let me try to share again. Still, there is nothing you are seeing.
Now fine.
Okay. Okay, learners, I think now we can see. You can respond to me on the chat. You can say, yes, we can see. If no, then you let me know. I'll be checking on our chat there. Okay, this one is saying we can see. Thank you so much for seeing and then giving me that update. So we have already two ways how dysentery is spread. One, through drinking contaminated water. Remember, you can make this water contaminated. If the water is contaminated, for example, from the water source, some of us, we don't dispose our human feces properly. You don't put your feces in the right place. So when you go and defecate near the water source, and yet you have dysentery, meaning that if it rains, it is going to wash these germs into this water, and water will get contaminated. So once water gets contaminated and you drink it, you are likely to suffer from dysentery. Two, through eating contaminated food. How is water contaminated? I mean, how is food contaminated? One, if you touch food with your dirty hands, maybe that dirty hands may be having bacteria that can cause dysentery, or it may be having the protozoa that can cause dysentery. Then you go and touch that food. You will leave it there, and someone else will eat, will be suffering from dysentery. Or even flies. There was what we call flies. Flies will, with the time, I'm going to organize for you in another lesson, we shall talk about the 4 Fs, whereby you find there 4 Fs means feces. We have feces, flies first, flies, feces, flies, food, and finger. That is 4F. Feces, flies, food, and fingers. So that means that there is germ in your feces. Then the flies will go and sit on that feces and remove the germ from feces and come and land on your food. After landing on your food, then the finger will grab the food and put in your mouth. Automatically, you have eaten what? You have eaten germs. So that's how food can get contaminated, through flies. Then 3, housefly carry germs. This is what we are saying. Housefly carry germs onto the food and ants. So the housefly is going to carry germs onto your food. Then just like I've explained to you in 4F. So when housefly pick germs from somewhere, take to your food, then your finger will go and grab food and put in your mouth. Then once you eat, you will eat that germs, and once the germs enters your body, you are going to suffer from dysentery or intestinal communicable disease. Some of them you can suffer from cholera. You can suffer from depending on the germs that the flies has carried to your food. So these are some of the ways how dysentery is spread. 2, also use of contaminated utensils. We leave our utensils dirty. Instead of washing them properly, dry them properly and put in the sideboard so that they are covered there. But for you, wash, you hang them somewhere. Then they are contaminated. Then for you, when you come maybe from where you have been, you are hungry, you run and pick and wash plates. After picking unwashed plates, you eat with it. Automatically, you find, hey, mommy, my stomach, my stomach. You start crying, mommy, my stomach. Then you run. You run to the toilet. Hey, mommy, I'm now passing out watery stool and I have even blood. not knowing that you have used contaminated utensils. So some of these things can be avoided, some of these diseases. So those are some of the ways. Then the next point is handling food with unwashed hands. They are telling us, I think of recent when Corona came, that is when people started washing their hands. People started washing their hands. Some of you at school, once they give you lunch, you don't even wash your hands. From the class, you just run, get food, eat without washing hands. Please, you don't know, if you don't wash your hands, you are likely to suffer from very many diseases. One of them can be dysentery, because you never know, you might have touched the bacteria. You never know, you might have touched the protozoa. Then once you put it in your mouth, you eat it, it enters your stomach. Then you start diureting with the blood. Are we together? So this is basically how these diseases are spread. Now, I want to pick one child to read for us all those points that we have put so far. Daphne, you have not put up your hand, but I can pick you. Daphne? Yes, Daphne, you can read for us.
How is dysentery spread?
Okay, one.
Through drinking contaminated water. Through
Good.
eating
Two.
contaminated food. House
Good.
flies, germs on hands. Use of contaminated utensils. Handling food with unwashed hands.
Yes. So having learned, you see, some of these things, thank you, Daphne. So some of these things that we are learning is not only to pass examination, it is even to protect us from getting disease, from getting sick. Because once I know that if I drink contaminated water, I will automatically be sick. I will get some disease. So that means you are supposed to make sure your water is boiled properly and then is kept in a clean container, and then you drink it. At least there you will be safe. Are we together? So thank you, Daphne, for reading. Okay. Now, we have we have the signs and symptoms of dysentery. We have signs and symptoms of dysentery. The other day I told you the meaning of signs and the meaning of symptoms. I want somebody to explain to me, what do we mean when we talk about signs? What does that word sign of dysentery, signs of dysentery, what does it mean? Yes, Owen. Owen, can you unmute and tell us the meaning of signs of dysentery? What do we mean, Owen? Yes, Owen.
Mommy, I'm not on WhatsApp.
Owen, can you okay?
Owen, can you okay?
Something you can see. Something you can see. Something you can see.
Something you can see.
Something you can see.
But is that Owen? Because
But is
I'm
that
seeing
Owen?
Owen
Because
did not.
I'm seeing Owen did not.
Okay. I was trying to. Yes, hello. Okay, we can continue.
Hello?
I think the person has.
We can continue. I think the person has.
So as that person who is using two phones, I hope you have understood what you have done. Okay, let us continue. So Owen or whoever said that when we talk about signs, is something that you can see, something that you can see. It is what we are calling signs. So if you have dysentery, what are the possible signs that you are likely to see happening to you? I want you to give me those signs. What are these signs that you can see? Yes, Edwin Dumo. Edwin Dumo, can you give me? Can you give me one signs of dysentery?
Stomach pain.
Yes. Oh, there is somebody here who is named the Edify. Huh? The one who is the company that is supporting us. Edify, can you give me one sign? Yes. Okay, Rebecca. Fenina, Rebecca.
Watery stools with blood.
Very good. You can see watery stool with blood. That you can see it, but with your naked eyes. Watery stool with the blood. Specifically, there are like only two signs. One, watery stool with the blood. Even some people say diarrhea with the blood. Diarrhea with the blood, because diarrhea is the passing out of watery stool. You can even say diarrhea with the blood. That is the sign of dysentery. Once you have watery stool with the blood, that is the sign of dysentery. Thank you so much. Let me see whether I have some answers. Very good. Justin has said vomiting. Justin has said vomiting. That is very good, Justin. So those are some of the signs that we have. Yes, we have severe blood stained stool, or what you have said, watery stool, passing out watery stool with the blood. Now, when we say severe, severe is something that is frequent every time you are running to the toilet. But whenever you run to the toilet, you see blood coming out of your stool. You see your stool is mixed up with the blood. Then two, we have vomiting. Vomiting. I don't know whether most of you know when we talk about vomiting, but it is common. It's very common. If we say vomiting, you must be knowing this. It might have happened to you. But remember that vomiting does not mean only the sign of dysentery. It can be a sign to very many diseases. So I don't know whether you are able to see what I have put. You can see in this picture, people are vomiting. This is what they are calling vomiting. Now, it is a combination of signs. If you are only vomiting, but you are not diureting, you are vomiting and you are not diureting, you are vomiting, you are not passing out watery stool, don't say you have dysentery. Once you are vomiting, you can see this mosaic of mine, the way it's vomiting. So this is what they call vomiting. So once you are vomiting and there is watery stool with the blood, then automatically you know that is, you can see this lady is vomiting. Are you able to see, learners? Yeah, so
Yes.
that's what they call vomiting. So once you are vomiting, together with this diarrhea, together with this watery stool, dysentery, then automatically you know that, hey, mommy, I may be suffering from, you can see this man that we had put at the beginning of our lesson. So the combination of this and vomiting, then you will say, hey, I may be having dysentery, then you will be able to be treated. So we can continue. Okay. Okay, so those are the signs that we have. These are the signs that we have. Now let's look at the symptoms. Let's look at the symptoms. So I want to ask, as someone has explained to us the signs, if they ask you the signs, it is what you can see. So you can see that you can see blood, you can see watery stool, then you can see vomiting, like the way we have done it there. You can see someone vomiting. So there you see it with your eyes. Those are what we call signs. So learners, in science, you have to be specific, because if they say, give one signs of dysentery, and then for you say stomach pain. Now, Are we able to see that your stomach is paining you? The stomach ache, are we able to see? No,
No.
we are not. We are not able to see. So once I ask you to give me signs of dysentery and you give me stomach ache, I am going to mark you wrong because I'm not seeing stomach ache. You just feel it. We don't see it. So what do we mean when we talk about symptoms? Yes, I want a learner to explain symptoms just like the way the other one explained to us signs that it's something you can see. So when we talk about symptoms, what do we mean? Alit Sarah. Yes, Alit Sarah? Alit Sarah, you can unmute and tell us what it means by symptom. Your hand is up. Today I picked someone whose hand is up. Yes, Alit Sarah. Oh, there are some people here. Rahim, yes. Rahim, what do we mean when we say symptoms? What's the meaning of symptoms? Symptoms of dysentery.
Pain you cannot.
Okay, he said something you cannot see, symptom. Okay, let's have somebody also to try and put it in a better way. Okay, McKenna S. McKenna S, what do we mean when we say symptoms? So members, when we say symptoms, we mean that something that you just feel it. This, you will feel it if you have dysentery. What are the things that you are going to be feeling in your body? What is your body going to feel like? That's what we are saying, symptoms. So let's look at those symptoms.
Feel weak.
Okay, one, we have what we call eye fever. Yes, eye fever is like increase in temperature. In other words, you find somebody has increase in temperature. That is eye fever. Then we have what we call abdominal pain. Abdominal pain. If you look at the that's what I wanted to explain, but I want to explain using the pictures. I want to explain to you abdominal pain using the picture. Abdomen is like the lower part of your stomach. There is what we are calling abdomen. So when I say abdominal pain, so when I say abdominal pain, okay, abdominal pain. So you can see on your screen. Yes, let's take for example this. Okay, you can see this man. You can see this man here. Are you seeing this man? What is touching here? The hand. That is the abdomen, and that part is paining. That's what they are calling abdominal pain. So if you have dysentery, you are going to feel abdominal pain. Your lower part of the stomach is going to pain you. Okay, you can also see this man. Are you seeing this man?
Yes.
You can see that your lower part, the lower part of your stomach is going to pain you. You see what this man is touching. Are we able to see what this man is touching?
Yes.
Yes, when you have dysentery, that's what you are going to feel. That's what they are calling abdominal pain. And you can see they are saying abdomen. Are you getting? So abdomen, I mean abdominal has come from the word abdomen, the lower part of your stomach there. Are we together? So that's what we call abdominal pain. So those are the symptoms that you are going to feel when you have dysentery. Okay. Then also, are you able to see, members?
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, you are excused.
You have written symptoms of diarrhea.
Oh, sorry. We are going to change that one. Okay. So we have, it is a symptom of dysentery. Very good. We have symptom of dysentery. Thank you. Typing error. Symptom of dysentery, but I think we shall, when we are sending the work to you, we are going to remove it. So we have symptom of dysentery. Okay. Okay, that is what we can say right now. Okay, are you able to see it now?
Yes.
Okay, I've just tried to improvise. So we have the symptoms of dysentery, we have abdominal pain, and also we have what we call painful passing out of loose or bloody stool. You feel pain when you are passing out your watery stool, which they are calling it the loose stool. If any one of you has ever suffered from dysentery, you may be knowing what we are talking about, that you feel pain. That's why they're saying painful. It is painful when you are passing out the watery stool, which has blood. If any of you has ever suffered from this, should be knowing this. Then the last point is, there is loss of appetite. You will not have appetite to eat food. Your mommy, daddy is going to force you, please, please come and eat food. You will say, no, mommy, I don't want food. I don't feel like eating food. Even if they give you food, you will just be looking at food. That's what they are calling loss of appetite. So let me ask one child to read for us, to go through those things that we talked about. Okay, I have some hands up here. I don't know whether they have been putting up their hands, or your hands has been there. You don't know how to lower it. Yes, Angel from somewhere down. Angel, can you unmute and read for us symptoms of dysentery? Yes, Angel. We are waiting for you.
Symptoms of dysentery.
Okay, read those points.
High fever, abdominal pains, painful passing out of loose bloody stools, loss of appetite.
Very good. So members, those are symptoms of dysentery. Those are the symptoms of dysentery that we have. So when you see this happening to you, together with the watery stool with the blood and vomiting, then let your parent automatically take you and they treat you. Okay. We can continue. Okay, so we also have, how do we control? How do we control this dysentery? How do I control it? How do I control it? Dysentery, control of dysentery. To prevent, how do we prevent dysentery? Yes, let someone give us that point that I've written. Okay, how do we prevent dysentery? Odongo James from down there. Odongo James, what is that point telling us? Odongo James, you can unmute, James. Are you able to unmute? Yes, James. Okay. Okay, I wanted you to read. Someone is saying, teacher, I can't hear you. I don't know. Let me check from my administrator. Eric, are you able to hear me?
Drinking.
Yes, boiling water for drinking. Please, if you want to control these intestinal diseases, you must drink boiled water.
Can't hear you.
Okay, you must drink boiled water. You make sure you boil your water properly. Why do you boil this water? Can someone tell me, why are you supposed to boil this water? In order to prevent this dysentery. Why do you boil water? Why do we boil water before drinking? Yes, Daniela. Yes, Daniela, why do we boil water before drinking? Okay, Chris. Okay, Chris did not even connect to the audio. Yes, Chris. So members, listen, when that question
Jam.
comes that, yes, when that question comes that why do we boil water? One, I see very many participants wants to give me the answers. Let me try to, okay, here. Okay, we have Namakola. Namakola, can you tell us why do we boil water before drinking?
To kill germs.
Very good. We boil water before we drink in order to kill germs. Because in the process of boiling, that heat there is going to kill that germs which is there. Because you are supposed to boil this water up to the boiling point, such that those germs can die. Two, you can also wash your fruits. Here they are saying washing fruits before eating them. Which fruits do we eat when we have not cooked them? There are some fruits that we eat when we have not cooked them. They are not cooked. They just get ripe. Then you just go and remove or buy from the market and you eat. But they are saying things like mangoes, things like guavas, you can name them. Before you eat them, make sure you wash them. Because once you don't wash them, they may have that germs that will cause dysentery. So why do you wash these fruits? That's another question. Why do you wash these fruits? Why are we supposed to wash these fruits? Yes, somebody wants to give me the answer. Yes, let me try to get, yes, let me pick you. Okay, Jonah, why do we wash our fruits before eating them? Some people can put it on the charts. Some are saying mangoes, apples. So why do we wash them before we eat them? Yes, you can answer me on the chat. Very good, Joanna. To remove germs. You will only wash to remove germs. So washing may not kill, but once you wash thoroughly, that water you're using to wash it should also be clean, such that germs is removed. So we wash these fruits before eating them to remove germs. Very good. Let's go to the next point. The next point is here. Who is going to read for us the next point? Yes, Yvonne, Angel, Yvonne, read the next point.
Spraying insecticide to kill houseflies.
Yes, you need to spray insecticides. These insecticides are chemicals that kill these insects. So when you spray where there are houseflies, you go and spray them with insecticides. You will kill them. So once you kill them, meaning they will not carry germs to your food. And in that way, you will prevent this dysentery, or you will even prevent almost the entire intestinal disease. So spraying with insecticide. Then another point is there. Which is even very, very crucial. Jonathan, can you read for us the next point? Mwesigwa, Jonathan. Yes, Mwesigwa, Jonathan. Unmute and read for us, yes. Oh, some answers are there. Some people are saying stop chatting, but cover cooked food. That is from who? When we say cover.
Or eating or serving food.
Washing hands before eating or serving food. Please, this is very important. If you must wash your hands. It may not only prevent this dysentery, it can prevent cholera, it can prevent diarrhea, it can prevent dysentery, and many other things. Make sure you wash your hands before eating. Even after eating food, by the way, you are supposed to wash your hands. Don't just run to play when you have not washed your hands. So the girls who are serving food, or even when you are serving food on the dining table, make sure your hands are clean. Make sure you wash them to prevent dysentery. Good. So basically, another one is wash hands after visiting the toilets. Make sure you wash your hands. Some of you, when you come from the toilets, you don't wash your hands, which is bad. I don't know why some of you don't want to wash their hands after visiting the the toilet. Why? You make sure that you wash your hand thoroughly well, so that you remove that germs that maybe you might have carried from the what? From the toilets. So these are some of the ways we can prevent or we can control dysentery, learners. Then lastly, somebody say proper disposals of human feces. Use the toilets properly. Don't just go in the compound near your neighbor's home and you dispose your feces. So basically, these are ways how we can control dysentery. Now, let me just tell you some dangers. What are the effects? And then we end there. Members, I hope you are following this point properly. So let's look at the dangers, and this is where we are going to stop. Dangers. What are the effects if you are suffering from dysentery? One, dysentery, it leads to dehydration, which may result into death. Somebody last time defined for us what dehydration means. What is dehydration? Can someone explain to us what it means by dehydration? Yes.
Dehydration is the loss of water in the body.
The condition is the condition when the body lack what? Lack water. That's what they call dehydration. So once your body is not having enough water, then it will lead to death. So if it is not treated, you will be dehydrated. Once you are dehydrated, you can easily die. So that's the danger of dysentery, meaning we must control, meaning we must prevent from getting dysentery. We must control ourselves so that we avoid dehydration and avoid what? Death. Two, it leads to anemia. Anemia here simply means when your body lacks blood, lack of enough blood in the body. That's what it is called. You can be, that's what they are saying, it leads to anemia. Lack of blood. Remember, when you are passing out watery stool, you have some blood stain. You are passing out blood in your feces. So that's why they are saying it leads to anemia when your body lacks blood. So that is one of the danger. Then also, here they are also saying it leads to liver abscess. Oh, somebody can ask me, what is liver abscess? This abscess here simply means there is a developing pus in the what? In the liver. It affects your liver and it may develop some pus. I don't know how I can explain pus. In Uganda, I don't know, but I can simply explain when you have, let's say, let me give you an example. Pus is something like a mucus. But this one comes from maybe where there is wound, unclean wound, you can develop some pus. So this dysentery can lead to liver abscess. So that liver can be affected and develop some pus. That's what they are saying, liver abscess. So learners, this is what I have prepared for you today. Thank you for learning. And I have some activities that I'm going to give you. These activities, when I give you, please make sure you do them. Even the notes I'm going to organize and send it to you, and then you copy in your book. So we have here our activity that we are going to do. But in this activity, while we are looking at activity, I want you to, maybe if you have some other questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, thank you for listening to me. Today you have been very good children. I think now we are learning. So these ones, whose hands up? Whose hands are up? Are you having question? Do you want to add on something? Let me ask Solomon. Yes. Solomon, is there any question? Yes, Solomon. Yes, Angulo Pros. Is it Prosper? Yes. Do you have questions? Those ones whose hands are up, I want to ask you whether do you have any question? Salom first. Yes, Salom first. You have a question? Otherwise, thank you. Timothy?
Yes, thank you, teacher.
Okay. You are welcome. So, Eric, yes, Eric, you can take over. Yes, Eric, you can take over.
Okay, don't unmute themselves.
Admin, Eric. Eric, are you
Okay,
there?
thank you, Tony. You had taken over my roles. So I was, okay,
I
thank you
didn't
for the
even know
lesson.
that you are not there. Sorry. Yes.
I was there, but I was muted. So children,
Sorry,
thank you
sorry.
for attending the lesson. I'm going to request all of you to first stop chatting and you listen for some few minutes, like 2 minutes. I pass on this. Those who are chatting, first stop chatting. Yes. So this Mr. Akenya Tonny is going to put this on Google Classroom. There are those who are not yet. Tony, you can first stop presenting for a minute. There are those who are not yet on Google.
Yes, teacher Eric.
Yes, you can.
I'm going to organize something. Then after I post to you, or I will put to Google Classroom.
Yes, you can post that assignment to the classroom.
Okay,
then
okay.
Get it there. Then that I'm going to share a code to the classroom. Let me just share the link first. Request, yes. So in your chat, that is the link to the Google Classroom. You simply tap on that link and you'll be able to join the class. Those of you who have not yet joined the class. So you simply tap on that link and you'll be able to join the class. I've sent it to one person. So you press that link and you'll be able to join the class, or you use this code. For those, I don't know who is sharing the screen. Oh, is that you, Mr.? Okay, those who want to use the code, this is the code. This is the code to the classroom. How you join, make sure that you've installed what? Google Classroom, Android phones. Those who are using Android, you go to Play Store. Those who are using Apple, you go to Apple Store and you type there Google Classroom and you'll be able to join the class. For those of you who are using computers, you can go to Google, the first page of Google, like this one. You will see there these dots on your top right corner. You will see there these dots. Then you click on those. When you click on these dots, you'll get a list of Google applications. So simply look for Classroom. Classroom is right there under those applications. So you simply click on Classroom, which is this, and you'll be able to join. You'll be able to go to that page. And when you reach that Classroom page, you click on Join. You click on this plus sign. where you're seeing that you click on this plus sign and you click on join class. Then you enter this code which I've sent in the chat or in your WhatsApp group. This one, when you enter this code, you go back on your level, your top right and click join, and you'll be able to join the P4 class. So this is the class now. When you enter the class, you'll see a couple of assignments and materials that the teacher has posted. So you simply go and click. For example, someone has even answered her homework and has already sent there. The teacher will just go and click on the homework, and then we'll view. For example, this is who? This is Incredible Game. I don't know who that is. Tigate Calvin's work. This is Calvin. So the teacher will be able to click on the work and we'll see the notes. We'll see it. Then there are also notes which I have sent. Teacher will share more notes, but you see, when you click on the notes, you'll be able to see the classwork. So all that is in the group. Just make sure that you join either using the link or you use the classroom or you use the code. All those will be shared in your group. Otherwise, thanks for the lesson and let's end that. And if there is any inquiry, do the inquiry in the group. Back to you, Teacher Tonny. Okay, I think.
Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. the work. Press share. Are you mad? Press the word share. Yes. Press the word share that is on your screen. Stop looking at us. Press the word share. Stop sharing. Okay. You have first leave the meeting. Leave the meeting. Yes, ma'am.